Hey guys, Steve here. I wanted to tell you about today's sponsor, Nux. It's Nux 3-in-1 Refresher Spray. It's a moisture-absorbing spray that's designed specifically for men, especially the undercarriage guys. I mean, on a summer day, if you've ever been out and about, you get all sweaty and sticky, but you don't have time to take a shower, this is the answer. I'm sure you've had that experience, guys, and it sucks. So I want to tell you, this is a game changer. You can use it on your armpits. You can put it on clothing, sports pads, pretty much anything that collects moisture. They actually design this stuff for military applications. So tactical gear, anything that you don't want sticky and you don't want to stink. So visit mynux.com. And, I want to let you know that it has no aluminum ingredients. It's tested to be safe and effective, and it comes in scented or unscented varieties. So again, that's mynux.com. That's myKnucks.com.
Today's the day. Today is the day. That's right. It's the day. You may wonder, what day is it? It's actually Friday. Friday the 28th, to be exact. And you are here on a Superman edition of Boss to Boss, Rants and Recaps with Miro. We slow, like we are slow, though we really, really young. And it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful time to be alive. If you're tuning in, I love you all. If there's one thing I could ask of you, one thing, that I don't like to ask for much, but if there's one thing, it would be to possibly, to leave us a review on iTunes. To go on iTunes or go on our, if you're not listening on iTunes, go to our website, boss2, boss.com. Scroll down, click on iTunes, go on that bitch, and scroll to the bottom. Try to give us like a 4 or 5 star possibly if you like what we're doing here, and write a few words, say hi. Whatever it is, we'd very much appreciate that. It's if there's one thing we could ask for, it's that. That, or join our group on Facebook, the Boss to Boss community. That's Boss, the number 2, Boss. How you got Sparkles over here chilling. Or actually, I don't know, we had some other good names for if you're not actually watching the video. You got the doggy here in the background, and we also got the Sleeping Beauty down here. Slaps. Moose, aka Moose. Oh. The eyes have opened. We have awakened the beast. And you may have noticed I'm recording this episode in shorts. No, not jorts. Shorts. And that's the beauty of running a podcast. That's the beauty of working at home. The beauty of being able to work on the internet. You can wear whatever you want. You can wear a Superman shirt. You can wear your Boss to Boss shirt. You could wear your shirt with your dog's face on it. Pretty much whatever you'd like. You could have a man bun, and it will be socially acceptable. It's fun, and honestly, you could wear no pants at all. So, like they say, who wears the pants in the family? You could wear no pants at all, and that way, there's no debate. But it's a crazy, crazy world we live in. And it's something that I've been running into and kind of contemplating more and more about, especially with Hodgepodge. So it's a very service-based business, because we're offering moving, removals, storage, donating items, recycling. It's a lot of labor. It's so labor intensive. So much is going on. But honestly, once things really get going, so we've been at it for 2 years, a lot can be done with no pants on. Just a lot can be done, through the phone, electronically. It's crazy. Pretty much you can book all your jobs electronically. You can watch over all your crew electronically, whether it's through being able to communicate with them via text or calls, being able to look at your cameras to spy on them, being able to follow up with them, check in with the customer to see if they were actually there, if they did the job correctly and properly. Then getting payments electronically, talking to your assistant electronically, through email, through text, making sure everything's being processed, making sure the books that are kept online that could be accessed anywhere. Let's just say QuickBooks Online, which is what I use, literally could be done anywhere and everywhere. So it's definitely a beauty. And being in, this day and age, this century, so much can be done online. It's almost crazy that to think back just 30 years ago, this would never work. Even honestly, even 20, even 10 years ago, because kind of where we're at now, everything is just so easy. You could seriously lay there in your bed and run a business. And you know how I know that? Because I did it. I've done it. There's been days when I was sick, B, I was just maybe going through a little depressed phase or just wasn't feeling it um, for the first hour or two during my day. And I was working literally from bed. And it's very possible. And it's the thing is, I bring up that you're still going to be working, because if you are running a business, you will always be working. Doesn't matter where you're at. You can be on the beach. You can be on a plane. You could be in outer space. You're going to be working. You're always going to find a way. Someone's always going to find a way to reach you. Someone's always going to call you at 6 a.m., 11 p.m., midnight with something crazy, or someone with $1 million idea, which those calls don't really happen too often. But it's a crazy world we live in, and it's crazy what we can do. And I don't want you to ever feel limited, because just because your job or whatever you're doing right now involves you constantly being there, you can eventually outsource things so much to the point where you could do things from wherever, whenever you want. Granted, I wouldn't advise going 100% that route, because you're eventually going to go crazy, and your communication, your interpersonal skills will probably take a big hit. It's not as easy. I've had moments when I kind of secluded myself in the past, just because I was either so busy or just wasn't feeling it, going through maybe some depression, or just uh I just the moments were like that. And later you try to escape it. You get out, you go to networking events, to groups, whatever. You go somewhere, you got to present, and you're like, oh shit, like this it is like riding a bike. It'll come back to you, but it usually takes a moment. It takes a day, it takes a day or two sometimes, and you're like, it's actually nice to have some human contact. So it's very interesting. It's very cool that this world that we live in, you really have the option to do anything however you want. And that's sort of the beauty of being your own boss. This boss to boss theme in today's rants, that if you are your own boss, you could run your business. You could make it in a way that you want to make it. If you want to make it fully digital, all Skype, all Zoom, all day, no meeting up with people, you can do it that way. If you want to strictly meet up with people and only do business conducted via signature and paper, heck, you can do it that way too. It is all your call. And that is the beauty of being able to run something and being able to call it yours, because at the end of the day, it's your call. It really is your call. And it's pretty amazing. So it's something cool, to keep in mind if you ever do go out there and decide, and you really hate what you're, because the thing is, they have uh they have suggestion boxes at your office, at the office I was at. A lot of times these suggestion boxes, or whatever, tips and comments and feedback, you know where they sit? They sit right above the shredder. So you put your suggestion in. Next thing you know, it comes out as a bunch of little squiggly paper shreds, because that's where most suggestions go. They die. They die at these big companies. Yes, maybe once 1,000 people bring up that issue, it'll finally get put into motion. But at that point, all the paperwork was shredded. It's somebody that had a connection, somebody that had a say in the business, in the company, whatever it was, in the organization, made it happen. It's always going to be popularity. It's always going to be about who you know. And it's sad, but it's true. And when you do run a business, when you do have your own thing, when you are in control, you can make that call. You can make that judgment on how you want to run it and how you want to operate and how you want to spend your life. But yeah, obviously there's pros and cons with everything. And sometimes that decision might suck and you'll learn you'll learn, in a truthful way, in a hard way, when you fall down on your ass, that maybe that wasn't the best decision. And sometimes a balance and, a little bit of everything is probably going to be the best thing. So kind of full circle here, a little bit of everything might actually be the best. And just a lot going on lately. I hope you all are paying attention to what's going on. If you follow us on Facebook, you'll see the Mac and Black show. The podcast has really been taking off. They're already on like episode 7 or 8. We got our new sponsor. I want to thank Canucks. My Nux. That's the website is mynux.com. MYKNUCKS. mynux.com. It's an all-in-one men's undercarriage, underbody spray with no aluminum, no additives. Definitely thankful for our sponsor. That's pretty badass, coming on board and making this show possible, making a lot of the other things we're doing right now possible, like bringing on other podcasts onto our network and making updates you'll see to our website, etc. going forward. A lot of cool things happening, and it's fun because this was a side hustle, and it's one of those side passion projects that you never know what's really going to happen to it, and sooner or later it's been 2 years since I started podcasting, a year, maybe like 15 months since Boss officially started, and it's like sometimes you just keep going and you just keep going and just keep going, and you think about it and you're like, where the hell am I getting? And then you look back and you're like, wow, I do you see where I was? Do you see where I am? Like little wins along the way. We got a podcast under our network. We got a advertiser. We might have a second, third podcast. We might have, third, fourth podcast under our network soon. We're working with quite a few. We have like at least three different possible podcasts that are out there that we're working with. And these little wins along the way, you got to celebrate them, and you got to look at them and mark these milestones as key things. And that pretty much what it shows is that if you believe in something, if you put your mind to it, you start devoting a little bit of time to it, great things will happen. They will. You got to keep your head up and just keep going. And there was a lot of noise along the way. There are people saying, this is stupid. Why do you do this? What do you get out of this? Aren't you just wasting a bunch of time? A lot of negativity, positivity too, but the negativity is usually, something you do remember, because usually it hits you harder. And I'm telling you, whatever it is, whatever passion, project, hobby you're doing, you're up to right now, just keep going. I know people say put your head down and go, but I say keep your head up and kill them with your smile. That's the real way to get through life. Thanks so much for tuning in. Boss with Miro Wieslow. Another rants and recaps. Keep crushing your week and have an awesome weekend, everybody. Talk to you soon. Peace out.
That is all for this episode of Boss to Boss. Your next step is to visit bosstoboss.com, where you will find proven techniques followed by professionals to help you make that next step. Again, that is boss2boss.com. And remember, the time is now.